Of course they're going to come down. Of course, this is just negotiating.
The incoming Commerce Secretary is Howard Lutnick. Howard Lutnick was the former, I think is he still the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald? He is still the CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald. Cantor Fitzgerald, if you don't know his story, they were the company that had a couple of top floors at the World Trade Center during 9/11, and I think he lost over 2,000 employees. I mean, it's just absolutely insane what happened to that organization. In any event, he is the incoming Commerce Secretary, and here he talks about Trump's policy on tariffs as a negotiation tactic. There's a lot of controversy around whether tariffs work. You know, if you tell China we're going to put a tax on all the incoming things, is the price of goods going to go up? We'll be able to make up for it on the American side. This is an interesting debate to have. And here's Lutnick on tariffs and the policy.
And of course it's a bargaining chip. We can't sell a Ford or GM in Europe. You go to Europe, you can't sell a Ford or GM. Why? There's 100% tariffs. How about in Japan? 100% tariffs. So do you think if we said, we're going to tariff you the way you tariff us, do you think they're going to allow Mercedes and all these Japanese companies and Porsches and BMWs to all of a sudden have 100% tariffs in America? Of course not. They're going to come and negotiate, and their tariffs are going to come down. And finally, Ford and General Motors are going to be able to sell in these places.
How's that sound, Andrew?
Of course they're going to come down. Of course. This is just negotiating.
It absolutely makes sense. If you do it strategically, if it's across the board, it creates a real problem. And the question is whether you believe the president is going to do it strategically or across the board. He keeps saying it across the board.
Well, when you're running for office, you make broad statements so people understand you.
Right.
Okay? Tariffs are an amazing tool by the president to use. They're an amazing tool, but he understands don't tariff stuff we don't make. Right? If we don't make it and you want to buy it, I don't want to put the price up there. It's pointless, but use tariffs to build in America. If we want to make it in America, tariff it, or if we're competing with it, tariff it. But you got to remember, we need to protect the American worker. Finally, someone's going to protect the American worker, and Donald Trump is here to protect the American worker.
A lot of money?
Guys, isn't it just so damn refreshing? We are going to have competent people in government. Like the way that Lutnick just laid that out, it's very simple to understand. If basically we try to sell a car in China, China has 100% tariff. So no American cars will be sold in China. It just economically doesn't make sense. In Japan, it doesn't economically make sense because they're going to put such a tariff on it that no one's going to buy an American car, and then they can keep all of their industry within their own country. The idea is, we're going to tell you, hey, we're going to put a tariff when you try to bring things into our country too, and then there will be a negotiating process. And then it just won't be that American jobs and companies and workers get screwed. Right now, it's a one-way screwing. We'll have a double screwing, and that's better for everybody because when people are being screwed equally, people are also winning equally.